I have a question. One of the things that's been brought up in the wish list recently, which I think would be good to get some clarity on, is whether or not Rick and Chris or anyone else has kind of thought any further about opening the plugin capabilities for the world servers and making that available and kind of further investing in that, because it seems like it would be a good opportunity for active worlds to like push beyond where Second Life and there are. I'm not too familiar with Second Life, but to my knowledge, I don't think you have that much customization for like how the world servers work. And thinking about plugins, and I mean, we run a few gaming operations, and we've run into a few roofs already about what the bots can do with the chain of bot, uniserver, like world server, client, and so on and so forth, and then back and forth. So the plugin servers are just kind of interesting and something that a few people are interested in being able to develop. And at one point, I know 4.0 was supposed to be the plugin server edition, and then the particles and then calves came up, and the plugin server thing kind of got forgotten. So I was just curious if that was ever going to be.
That's gone around the office, and right now we're the only ones who use the world server plugin. The reason for that is it's just believed to be a little too powerful. So if at some time that can be scaled back, they can work on it and take out the things that they feel are...
What would you say is too powerful?
I don't know.
Well, other than from a developer perspective, if someone who would seriously be interested in, customizing the browser, not the browser, but what the world server can do, other than, sizing of the world server and users, I'm not sure what you would want to be limiting.
I believe the plugin's capable of pulling information that we may not feel is safe for everyone to be pulling the information. I believe that's where the main issue is. So right now, the world server plugin is available, but mainly to our corporate customers, and usually we do the programming on it.
Right.
It hasn't been put into a package that can be released like the SDK is, right. Which is right now basically where it's at as far as doing functions and applications and things like that.
So if I guess my general question or suggestion, is to push that, because in honesty, the plugin server and the way the architecture, from what I understand it from talking to people who've done some development for us, the way the SDK works right now is okay, but when you start dealing with hundreds of users and you're generating thousands of events per every second, have a bot have to channel that through the world server, and then through the bots can be kind of a big...
We've run into the same problem in the AW at War project, and because the lead programmer on that is a citizen, I haven't been able to give him access to the world server plugin.
Right.
So it's hurting me just as much as it is you, as far as not having access to the speed that would allow for certain applications. Well, it is something that's on the list.
And we have workarounds and things that we're doing, but just as a general scope for what could improve AW and put it to the next level of, this is something that anyone can develop, that would be good. Just from what I know, that was a good thing. So,
no, I think it's a good idea, and something that we should do eventually is basically streamline that and get it out to you guys so that you can create better content and better applications with it. Anyone else?
Yeah, the chat window box, where you see all your typing and chatting, any improvements there? I mean, it's always just been that same old black text on the white background. It'd be cool to maybe customize it where we pick a color or maybe fonts.
You can do that now with bots, but it does, depending on the bot programmer, I've noticed that it does sometimes slow down the chat itself, and when you're typing into it, and it is something that we would like to add as far as if you just think of the gate, it would be neat if you went in there and a gatekeeper had a certain color and you could identify right away who the gatekeeper was, not based on bold but based on color, and that way if there's an AWI person standing next to them and an AW Guides person on the other side, who all three of them are simply based on their chat color. Definitely like to see something along those lines eventually.
Yeah, the peacekeepers could be pink, so it'd be calming.
I'm not sure if they'd go along with that, but yeah, certainly chat colors would be something that we'd like to add, and probably global chat as well for world owners who want to add that function, or for citizens who want to do it. I talked to a couple bot programmers about creating that actually in the HUD, so that you have clickable options where you can either select local chat or global chat, and that will put you on that channel.
It could be anywhere in Alpha World, have a global chat on.
Exactly,
in that one particular world, it just could be doing something on your own far away and still have the company of folks who are like
right. And Strike Rapier's worked on something similar to that, and Dr. Squalenboot has as well. And both of those are fairly nice. And I think some of that stuff is being worked on right now in VOD, but we would also like to see it eventually as just a world server option, so that you can choose right in the world server what the different colors are, and maybe in the right screen or something like that. Kind of like what we're doing now with the terrain rights, where we just added that, add something in regards to chat. But that's still up in the air, but it is something that we want and will most likely come down the pipe eventually, either in a bot form to start, and then eventually, hopefully, in the world server.
You guys are doing a great job, so it's all good. That was my last question.
Thank you.
We talked about this already. I just wanted to bring it up again as a wish list, that if we could get some sort of cell meter, something to say when the cell's about to fill up.
I agree. That was an excellent idea. That's something that came up during this reunion. I don't think I've ever heard that idea before, but it is a good idea, and it is something that I'll go home with high recommendations on, because I think definitely to show you how close you are to being filled in each world would certainly help improve frustration when you do hit the immigration officer or the building inspector and he tells you that you can't put any more in that cell.
When you're able to look in, you've got that little meter up at the top that they just added.
Well, that's really a new developer tool that was added that they just let you guys have at right off the bat. We try whenever we can to not, the things that we do restrict are usually either because an intent we have for the environment that you're working in, or because we feel that it's too powerful for the general public. It might allow them to get information or blow away one of our worlds or do something in the environment that could be detrimental to your average user. And so those are usually the things that we hold back, that would either ruin the intent we have for an environment, or that we feel would break something or have the potential to break something. In this case here, it just provides more information, but I think it was originally created as a developer tool, but it will be, obviously refined, and more information on that stuff will come. Right now, while you guys are using 4.2, the documentation and stuff that you're looking for isn't available yet, because 4.2 isn't officially released yet. And before 4.2 is officially released to all of the universes and environments, then that documentation is going to be coming down the pipe that explains a lot of the new features and things, so that all the environments can begin using them.
I wish list. Excuse me for something, I'm laughing. Losing voice. Create colour. As far as I can see, those of us who use colour a lot, it's always flat, the colour is always flat. Would it be possible to add sheen, like semi-gloss and full gloss, uniformly over the whole colour?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'll take that down as a wish list item and see what they say about that.
Yeah.
Full gloss is a wet look.
Now, could you use matte effects for that, or no?
Oh, no. You just get a reflection of that uniformly over the whole object.
And also color to use masks. It's frustrating. I can't create color mask, whatever. You can't do that.
And in the building box, the color palette would be nice. Like on the avatars or whatever, where you change your skin color.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see like the whole color.
Yeah. You have the skin color of it, but you don't allow for any number addition or any palette change. In other words, if I wanted to match that skin color, I really got to put the color picker out and try to find the spot that might be the best. As opposed to every other thing, when you click the color, it opens up a window and allows you to add numbers, pick certain colors.
So you want basically a color palette for the skin?
For the skin as well. So you can tell what color that is, what number color that is, because it doesn't tell you anyway.
RGB. So
yeah, exactly. Because it's the only panel on that CAV thing that doesn't allow you to just click a block and a color palette opens up.
So it's just straight. Color palette, like when you're in a world and you're picking the sky color or something like that.
And it opens up and allows you to add a number or actually pick a color specifically.
Yeah.
And for like textures and objects, like in the object box, you can click on and see the whole color spectrum. Pick a color and the chair will change to that color.
Sure.
Yeah, I think those are all excellent ideas. Got them down here, and we'll certainly bring them up with the powers that be, and hope to get them on the list for seeing if they can't be added in the future. I'm sure you'll see at least a couple of them without too much time, and then the rest hopefully we'll get to in time.